Get your head together, have a good time. Time for some podcasting, get a good rhyme. Get a good rhythm, get a good beat. Get at your meat and beat that meat. Don't really do that, please. It's disgusting to even think about that idea. Heavy metal podcast, heavy metal fun, heavy metal good times, heavy metal runs. Ooh, yeah, big burrito, full of hard rock and heavy metal too. Guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna listen. Welcome, one and all, back again. The date I record this is November 3rd, so the first thing I'd like to do is send a big shout out to one Kurt Gooch, the guy that gave me the kiss strike on my channel, and I want to say I'm going to bend over and you just take a big delicious taste of my juicy ass, pal. Strike gone, okay? Danzig strike gone, kiss strike gone. So we are on, we are up, we are ready to rock with some Jive Talkin. What episode is this? 49 of the Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo, the Kurt Gooch Kiss My Ass edition. I don't really, mean to start any guff, but it really pisses you off when you get a strike and then you try to reach out to the people and they don't even bother to return a reply. I'm going to strike your channel. But when you reply to me, when you send an email to me, I'm not going to even do anything about it because that's the kind of person I am. At least the Danzig guy that gave me a strike, he was back and forth and with me. He's like, "How dare you? You asked for it because you did the whole we're going to watch some Danzig and stuff. So you were asking for it." And then he tried to blackmail me with if you want to pay me better than Glenn Danzig does, I'll gladly take my... Whatever, you sons of... How are you? Welcome, one and all. That's right. Episode 49, we got some story fun, good time fun here on the fun podcast, okay? I guess I haven't said it in a while, but you can listen to this on Spotify if you'd like to, or you can watch the YouTube video. We do have some comments. We got some stuff, so we're going to get to it, and rock on, okay? I saw this story, and I says, I got to know what this is all about. Devin Townsend. I don't wish that level of success on anybody. Devin Townsend speaking to the Pressures Metallica cast on Jason Newsted. First off, we loved our Cliff Burton when he passed away. So this guy here, this Jason Newsted here, nice clean business haircut, ready to go and go to Wall Street. He had some big ass shoes to fill, right? So I could imagine the pressure. And I have seen some video clips of back in the day where they were kind of shitty to the guy. But let's find out for sure via Devin Townsend what he's got to say about this. Per a new interview with Ultimate Guitar Prog Rockin', Devin Townsend reflects on his relationship with that of ex-Metallica bassist Jason Newsted. Back in the day, while Newsted was in Metallica, he and Devin jammed together in a side project called IR8. I didn't know this, so that would be irate. If that was on a license plate, IR8, you'd go, oh, this bro's irate. When Metallica caught wind of this project, oh boy, there they go. James doesn't like those side deals. Lars Ulrich ended up giving Jason an earful. Via this new interview, Devin reflects on his time working with Newsted and mentions how the rock star life Jason was living was having an impact on the bassist. Speaking to the pressures Jason endured while in Metallica, Devin says, "I don't wish that I don't wish that level of success on anybody. I do. I'd like to give it a taste." Here is everything Townsend had to say regarding Jason Newsted and the struggles of stardom. "I love Jason, man. He was a really kind guy to me. Didn't take long for us to realize that we were very different, though. And I think that at that point, we ran out of things that we needed to say together." It's because you get in the room with the people and you got your fingers noodling on that guitar and you got fingers noodling on that bass and you're making love with each other in the music. And when the love runs out in the music, and you know, you don't try different styles or different positions, genres, you know, the love goes away, right? But when we met at a crossroads in our life, we were the right people for each other for a couple of years there, and it was nice. He was a very kind guy, man. He was really sweetheart. He's not dead. Was. But he was going through all the rock star shit too with Metallica and all that stuff. There was an era where that existed, and I struggled with it because it seemed like a weird psychological affliction to have that level of success. You're ostracized by the success to the point where your personality becomes very much determined by all of that stuff. And I don't wish that level of success on anybody, man. And the people that I've known that have had the level of success all sort of share a similar group of personality traits that I think make it difficult to be friends, like really close friends. I'd be interested in listening to a little IR8 and see what that was all about. Devin Townsend, even though he looks like, at least in this image, he looks like when Jason Voorhees comes out of the water on the first movie. He's a badass in every way. Now, that's not discouraging him. He's a handsome man in his own way, just as I am a handsome man in my own way. But it's got to be hard to be pushed into the biggest heavy metal band of all time, slowly getting there. Being part of, was he on the Nothing Else Matters? Yeah, he was on the Black albums, wasn't he? He was on those Load albums too, wasn't he? Before he finally jumped ship. Yeah, that's right, because he wasn't on that horrible Saint Anger. But it's got to be rough, man. You know, everyone loves Cliff, and he dies, and so this guy comes into the band. And I remember seeing Metallica on the Black Records in the round when they were doing that. And before they would start their shows, they would play a whole video about Metallica. Well, when we got together, and the crowd's going crazy and stuff. And they did like a solid 10-minute thing on Cliff Burton. And this old boy's backstage going, boo, 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 getting ready to go on. It's got to be rough, right? What say you? Get down there in the comments and tell me, guess what? I didn't even know this existed. Sebastian Bach and Stryper's Michael Sweet end long-running feud. What the hell? This gremlin right here, Sebastian Bach, does he have problems with everybody? What? I don't even know what this is all about with Soul Patch over here. Sweet Soul Patch. Boy, he's got a chin for it too, doesn't he? Michael Sweet's got the chin made for a Sweet Soul Patch. Sebastian Bach and Stryper's Michael Sweet end long-running feud. Life is too short. How about ending all of your feuds? Get a hold of Falling in Reverse guy and go, life's too short, bro. Use tapes if you want to, or whatever you want to do. Former Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach and Stryper's Michael Sweet have ended their long-running feud. Has to do with Christian music or something? The war of words between Bach and Sweet began in November 2016 when Sweet shared a video on Facebook of the 16-year-old emerging artist Mariah Formica perform. I think she's the singer chick for Plush, that Instagram band, performing Skid Row track I Remember You, along with the caption Mariah Formica kills this, and in my humble opinion, smokes the original singer. Well, that's where you go wrong, Michael. You don't do that because Sebastian Bach is watching. He also, you should know this, Michael Sweet, he's like the Heavenly Lord. He's always watching and watching your tweets. He also proceeded to call Bach a tool. Oh, that's in the comments section after being questioned about the caption by a fan. Well, you know, you're supposed to be a nice Christian man. You don't you turn the other cheek, right? You don't call him a tool. You don't say this girl's singing it better, and you're a tool, by the way. After being alerted to Sweet's post, Sebastian fired back, writing in a tweet, Michael Sweet has a big fucking mouth. Behind a keyboard, that is. Can't wait to see this pussy in person again. Sebastian Bach likes to fight him, right? Didn't he say? He said that to the Falling in Reverse guy. Meet me at a park, man. Name the place. We're gonna he comes from the old school, you know. That bottle hitting him in the head, man. He jumped right, it just changed his chemical imbalances, and he jumped into the audience and says, "I must beat people." So now he's just like, bro, you name the place. While speaking to the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show at an October 2017 Bowl for Ronnie event in Studio City, California, Bach was asked about his war of words with Sweet. He said, "All I know is that when I see a headline on Blabbermouth and it says Bach slams pussy Sweet, you've just kind of gotta do a double take on that one." Pressed about whether he likes Sweet on a personal level, Sebastian said, "I don't actually. I think Stryper sucks." Yeah, I remember that. So, I've always thought that since I was a little kid, a little itty bitty little titty little kid with little titties and like a little itty bitty kid. I think their songs suck. I think their fucking clothes suck. Should I go on? What are they gonna do? Whip a Bible at me? And then he laughs. After clarifying that his opinion of Stryper doesn't have anything to do with the Christian message in the band's lyrics, Bach said, "I think they just make bad records, and I don't think they ever did make good records." In November 2016, Sweet released a statement in response to Bach's pussy comments, saying, "Anyone who knows me knows that I express my opinion, and I'm more than willing to back it up. I do my best to be honest, yet honestly, yet not to be mean-spirited or destructive." But you called him a tool. You said that the lady does the song better than Sebastian, and then he said he's a tool. I'm also no pussy. Uh-oh. Fighting words. Sebastian doesn't know me, because if he did, he'd know that as a fact. Oh boy. Does he know Kung Jitsu? Unfortunately, he added, "Unfortunately, I think because I'm Christian, some people think that I'm supposed to turn the other cheek." That's exactly me, what I just said there. "And let people say and do whatever they want." Like you said to him about being a tool. I guess the pussy in me won't let me do that. Oof. That's one of those clapbacks. See, he set that up nice. He really did. I'm a Christian. So people think I'm supposed to turn the other cheek. He should have put something about ass cheeks in there, because then when the pussy, turn the other cheek and let people say and do whatever they want. I guess the pussy in me won't let me do that, because I'm a man. Sebastian and Michael previously traded barbs in 2015 when Stryper leader claimed he was asked to produce Bach's solo album, only for those plans to be squashed because Sebastian couldn't make up his mind, Sweet said. I was approached to do Sebastian's album, to produce it and to co-write with him, and basically try to kind of go back to those powerful songs from the past. Not make a dated record, but just that style. The anthemy Skid Row stuff that everybody loves. And that was the plan. Where did they get to the squash and the beef? Oh, here's a video of them. Hey, life, okay. Okay, let's get, following the performance, what? Oh, Jesus, I gotta read all this crap. Michael and Sebastian finally got the opportunity to meet in person for the first time on the Kiss Cruise, where both Stryper and Bach were scheduled to play. Brought together by Paul Gargano, Bach buried the hatchet in private and later teamed up on stage during Bach's solo set to perform we're doing that, dudes. Version of God Gave Rock and Roll to You, because that's the only song that Michael Sweet would do, right? And Van Halen's Ain't Talking About Love. Oh, we're doing it. I just want to see him hugging here.
To the stage, Mr. Michael Sweet from Stryper. With his sweaty.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Don't you worry about that. What does Michael Sweet say down here? There's a hug. Guys, will you get this on the Instagram? We no longer hate each other. If I'm a betting man, though, I mean, he's not a pussy per se. Michael Sweet there, but I'm telling you, dude. I think he would be more. Michael Sweet would be more. What do you call it? Stretchy. But bulk I'd hands down go for beefy boy there. Beefy Bach. Next story here. Are we rambling a little bit? Zakk Wylde on playing Dimebag's parts. He's going to set us straight on this. He saw all your comments down there, trashing him. He's going to have something with you now. Zakk Wylde says he is going to sound like himself when he performs Dimebag Daryl Abbott's parts on the upcoming Pantera tour. In July, it was reported that Wylde and Anthrax drummer Charlie Benante, along with Pantera's surviving members, singer Philip Anselmo, you better walk on home, boy. It should be Philip, walk on home, boy, Anselmo. And bassist Rex Brown will tour as Pantera, headlining a number of major festivals across North America and Europe. According to the report, Billboard, Wylde and Benante's involvement in the project has been approved by the estates of Pantera's late co-founders Dimebag and drummer Vinny Paul Abbott. Zakk discussed his participation in the Pantera Celebration Tour in a new interview with Guitar World. He said, "No matter what I do, it sound like me. I can practice all I want and stay as faithful as I want, but I am never going to escape that. It's like if Randy Rhoads were to play Eddie Van Halen's Eruption. No matter what he did, it would sound like Randy playing, not Eddie. You're never going to mistake Randy for Eddie or Eddie for Randy. And it's the same thing here, with me playing Dime stuff." As for how he plans to approach playing the material, he said, "I am going to go in, learn the parts, be as faithful to what Dime did as possible, and just be me. You gotta be me. Everybody's gotta be themselves, and you got to be me. If you're Zakk Wylde, then you gotta be me. I'm gonna have fun with it, knowing that I am not expecting myself to sound like Dime, and no one else should either, which is how it is when I play with Ozzy Osbourne or whatever else." So there you have that. I'm not going to rattle on with this anymore. If you can hold two guitars over your neck like that and then have one strapped to you, this guy likes guitars. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Would you technically say that's the double-necked one? That's two guitars? Or just one? Please get in the comments. He's basically saying, guys, that he's going to just get out there and have a bit of fun with it, okay? So relax. Go see the Pantera tribute if you want to, or don't. But let Zakk be Zakk, okay? Let Zakk be Zakk. We got one more story here, and I think the answer to this, if I'm doing like a Kreskin type of brain reading, is going to be no. But we got one more story here. Would Dave Lombardo play with a reunited Slayer? Because you know it's coming. It may be 2, 3, 4 years from now, but you're going to see. You thought it was never going to happen. But it is the return of Slayer. You know it's coming. You got to get as far away from it as possible. 5 years, I'm saying 5 years, give it. You don't want them to get too old. But it's got to be enough distance to where it's not like a Kiss thing, like the end of the road and a farewell tour and this and that. You give it a nice distance, and then you say, all right, Slayer's coming back for one more tour, and they'll make a bunch of money. Would Dave Lombardo play with a reunited Slayer? He responds. Let's see what David says. During a recent question and answer session with the readers of UK's Metal Hammer magazine, former Slayer drummer Dave Lombardo was asked if he would have joined Slayer, guitarist Kerry King's new band, had he been approached about it. He responded, "I knew that was coming. I am right now working on too many other projects, and I wouldn't be able to accept." New Dead Cross, yep, we're doing some Dead Cross coming up. That's Mike Patton. Mr. Bungle, he's been doing that, so he's in 2 bands with Mike Patton out of Mike Patton's 15 bands. The Pandemic, but a lot of stuff on hold. So we needed to we needed some catch up there. Oh, did I miss something? Did cross to Mr. Bungle. The pandemic put a lot of stuff on hold, so we need to play some catch up there. Besides that, he's got Paul Bostoff, which is a badass, playing with him, and I don't think he would have the need to ask me. Lombardo was also asked if he would play with Slayer again if the band reunited and wanted him to be part of the lineup. Before I read it, I'm going to say he either says no or he says yes, but I want the contracts to be signed so they're not jipping me off because they've been ripping me off for years. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but yeah, okay. I'd listen to whatever it is they had to say. That's it. You can't go any further than that. And please get in the comments below and tell me, but I'm pretty sure that Kerry King and Tom Araya were getting the lion's share of the pie because of, I don't know what contracts and this and that. And sometimes band members go, I'm going to be a little sneaky devil, and I'm going to go ahead and have your piece of the pie since you don't know anything about contracts. Instead of going, bro, don't you know? You get some of this. This is because you're here and you're part of the project and you're, I mean, Dave Lombardo's iconic drumming. Iconic on those Slayer records. I mean, it's, with Kerry King's riffs and Jeff Henneman's riffs and Tom Araya, but those drums, South of Heaven alone, right? Give me a piece of the pie, baby. Don't do me like that. Lombardo, who has spent most of the recent years between crossover pioneers, suicidal tendencies, horror punk icons, Misfits, that's right, he's jazzed with the Misfits too. Hardcore, so he's playing Madison Square Garden and everything with the Misfits. Supergroup Dead Cross and Mr. Bungle and he's doing Testament. They don't got Testament in here, but he's drumming for Testament now. After sitting out with the group's Australian tour in February-March 2013 due to contract disputes with the other bandmates, he was later replaced by Bostoff, who was previously Slayer's drummer in 1992 until 2001 when they decided to get him back, right? Short after his dismissal, Lombardo said that he discovered that 90% of Slayer's tour income was being deducted as expenses, including fees to management, costing the band millions and leaving them with about 10% to split four ways. While he and bassist vocalist Tom Araya hired auditors. Okay, so Tom Araya was in on that too, going, yeah, what's going on? Auditors figured out what had happened. Lombardo said he was never allowed to see any of the information obtained. Lombardo released a statement in February 2013 saying he was denied access to detailed information and the necessary backup documents. He added, I was told that I would not be paid until I signed a long-form contract which gave me no written assurance of how much or on what basis management would deduct commission, nor did it provide me access to the financial budget or records for review. This is a satanic metal band. And this is the kind of language that you're hearing because as you get older and realize, I've put my entire life into this damn band and I'm struggling to pay a mortgage. You know what I mean? It's that time, guys, to get into your comments. We've got them locked and loaded, 20 of them, ready to go. So let's do it right now. Let's get into it. Sound good? Let me quench my thirst. Okay, we got Bobby Lockhart here coming in hot. Kiss my grits, Al. Was his name Al or Mel? I remember Flo saying that on the show. Alice, ding, 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 ding. The bad thing about Steel Panther is their live shows has been exactly the same for 12 years other than different songs, and that shit has been beat to death. What's SMH sound like? What is that? Get in the comments. Tell me what SMH is. Mike's jokes about the Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. SMH? Shit in my hat? Mike's jokes about the damn My dad told me that in the late 70s. I'll never forget it. LOL. Oh, yeah, and Axl Rose is a whiny bitch. LOL. I'm surprised at how many people are coming out just not digging Axl Rose at all. Misic, Mike Misic, please. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Mike Misic, welcome here. You're getting a heart right away because you're new. He's the new guy in town, and he's a lot. At this point, I find it as an acceptable decision as a fan of the Crew and Mick, and see it as a lateral movement as things are 10 years ago. Feelings would have been different. Okay, interesting. So John 5's okay. It's a lateral move. It's not an up. It's not a down. It's get back on here, buddy. Okay, don't run away into the night and be done with it. Come back for more. Ryan Wade coming in here. Thank you for calling out the statement about elegant weapons. New music that nobody has ever heard being iconic. You are exactly right. We, the audience, determine if your music is iconic. I'm going on record as predicting this album will not be iconic. I have never listened to Five Finger Death Punch, but I am very sad that the doofus decided to stay in the band. I was a Motley Crue fan until I realized Theater of Pain was garbage. Then I was out. I'm not going to lie. Me and a pal of mine, Jeremy, we were talking about this the other day, that it was a bit shocking to see them Looks That Kill and all that, and the spikes and everything, and you're like, holy shit. And then I saw him with open for Ozzy Osbourne. And then next album, you're like, here we go, baby. And it was there, I remember those the white fishnet shirt and the pink leopard print outfit that Vince Neil was wearing. And I was just like, what happened to the spikes and the crazy and the stuff? Let's see. This is still Ryan Wade here. Then I was out. But I always thought Mick Mars kind of sucked. He never seemed to fit for me, by the way. Great life advice. Thanks. You got it. And I give that out free of charge, my life advice. One thing I noticed about Mick Mars, and you can look this up, it's kind of a phenomenon, is him goofing, forgetting, or just totally dumbfounded on Looks That Kill, the solo. Because there's so many of those parts in there that sometimes he completely misses the solo or plays it all goofed or whatever. Get in the comments and tell me about that. You can look up plenty of videos where it's like Mick forgot the solo and Looks That Kill, or Mick screwed the solo. And even the performance they did in the 1980s, that great big performance outside, you know what I'm talking about? I did the video where I cut up every single time that Vince Neil went, yeah. But even at that festival, I remember he goofed the solo. He didn't play it, or he got it wrong or something. Miss Althea coming in here. She's got her list. Here we go. The Dumbstruck Fool says she has attempted to repost this comment at least 10 times, so let's see what happens. First and foremost, thank you for the reminder to be in the now and to be appreciative of all things positive in life. It is simply just too short. Self-care is paramount. And while some things may come along that present a challenge, then that is just part of the learning experience. 100%. This channel is one of those things that brings smiles to the faces of an amazing 13K subs. So infinite love and respect for that. Oh, you are a blessing. Because that's what I hope for, is just a bunch of music fans to be hanging out, commenting, talking to each other, bridging the gap, right? Still miss Althea. Add on bonus points for the reference to the resident Mel's Diner. I knew it was Mel. Crew on Alice. To this day, I still do not understand how a wacky sitcom was cobbled out of the movie. Huh? It was based upon Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore? Was it the same lady that played Alice? When there was nothing wacky about it. Alice doesn't live here anymore. That sounds like a horror movie. Kiss my grits after his initial return. All the best to him. Did I miss a line there? Kiss my grits. Kiss my grits. Okay. Kudos to Mick Mars for honoring his health and retiring from the road. I am actually surprised that he was able to last as long as he did after his initial return. All the best to him. When I was reading all the best to him and Alice doesn't, I was thinking of her son. Was her son's name Will? He'd always come into the diner. Did they ever feed him? He was always sitting there at the bar area, but did they ever actually feed him, or was that kind of what she did every day? I'm lost. Put that in the comments. Still miss Althea. So Ivan Moody pulled a Tom Brady and unretired. And I am not a Brady fan, by the way. Roll this one in with all the band artists who have declared farewell tours only to continue touring. Whatever. Whatevs. Well, all right. So you riffed on the Smiths. Ding! Get yourself a Diet Coke. You got it. I am not well read on ghosts. Oh, she's talking about when there was a line about the light never fades or something, and I started singing, there is a light that never goes out, and so she got it. She's getting the heart right now for that. And I will warn you right now, if you're going to go listen to the Smiths, 90% of you are going to say, I do not like this at all. I am not well read on Ghost, and I'm otherwise not familiar with Square Hammer, but those kids sounded amazeballs. She says amazing. I changed it. Yeah, that's one of their more catchy, really kind of, it came off of, I can't remember what the album was, but Square Hammer is like one of the biggies for them. Still miss Althea being Midwest-born, Illinois. That's I was going to say the Windy City, but you can't really, that's Chi-Town, right? She might not be in Chi-Town. She might be in some other place in Illinois. And having lived my formative years in the great state of Indiana, I fully support Oscar calling out Axel on his disrespecting Hoosiers. Jeezy P. Mr. Rose is Indiana-born and raised himself. So what was he thinking, insulting his own people? And yes, sweet corn slathered in butter and pepper is indeed a slice of heaven. I was going to ask you guys too, have you seen the Spanish version? What is that? Is it just chili powder that they're putting on the, when you see it and it's just crusted with the butter and because I really want to try that, but I don't know where to get it. And I want to know what that is because it's just glazed with something. Okay. There you go, Miss Althea. We love you. We think you're fantastic. Zayas Baltar coming in. And he's got it all lined. He's got it ready to go. Ivan, a weird Jim Jones, evil preacher vibe. Yeah. I was just listening to a thing on the Jonestown Massacre and Jim Jones. And if you don't know about him, in Ghana in the 1970s, look him up. If you've ever heard the phrase, they drank the Kool-Aid, that's where that comes from. And they were talking about, he would call it white nights, where he would run drills with them and line them all up. Talked about revolutionary suicide and how he would make them drink this stuff and then tell them it's not poison. But now I know you're loyal, so if I ever have you drink the juice, you drink it. J5, Johnny 5, Johnny 5 alive. It's a move up as far as it will be the biggest audience he's ever played for. Plus, if they let him write for a new album, which I would be damn curious about, it might actually be good. I would be interested to see if they would do something like that. I mean, what happens if they take old John 5 out in 2023? It's only, we're not that far away from them going out. And then they go, bro, we should try and write something. And then John 5 would say, yeah, but what about Vince? Is he going to sing on it? Maybe we can get David Lee Roth to come sing on it. Still Zayas here. Elegant Weapons. Bad name. Doesn't sound like it would be a good band, but it's offset by the fact that they got signed to a good label like NB and not Frontiers, for example. Frontier seems to be a label that's it's really kind of stuck in that 80s kind of a vibe. Like even the new artist they put out is kind of throwback to which is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just, I just don't know how many records you sell, But maybe they'd say, shut your mouth. You don't know. Still Zayas here. Saying Ghost is like Kiss is a backhanded compliment as it implies Kiss were just a gimmick with backing music. It's a good point. I ain't going to fault you on that one. Blango, there's your heart. John's Life. It's do-do-do-do-do. John's Life. There was a sitcom, John's Life. Holy hell, Ivan really does come across to me as a giant attention seeker. This is how the 10th or so time he's quit. Oh, really? The band okay, let's say. This is now the 10th or so time he's quit the band or said he's retiring in the last 5 years alone. Oh, wow. He's clearly unhinged. I love the word unhinged. That just sounds worse than anything else to me. You know what I mean? He's unhinged, It's great. He clearly can't handle fame and definitely should hang up the gloves. I mean, but he's had the fame for quite some time, though, hasn't he? It's not like something that's popped on in a year or two. Maybe it takes a while to set in. He's very replaceable and nothing special. If FFDP's current lineup truly cared for him and the band, they'd have got rid of him by now. Interesting. John 5 is a great replacement for Motley Crue. There is nothing that amazing musician can't do. He is one hell of a banger. I'm not going to lie about that. And he knows everybody's songs. Astrid Martinez, we got a new one. He's getting his heart right away, Astrid. You're getting it right there because there you are. Can you please do Detritus, a British... Well, can I take your heart back now? Because if you see the heart, then you're going to think that I'm doing your request, and I haven't decided on that yet. Can you please do Detritus, a British Christian trash metal band? Please do them. I'll follow you. LOL. Greetings, brother. All right, well, you're going to get a thumb for now, and we'll see. Dr. Funkenstein, I predicted 2 weeks ago, and now it's official. John 5 is joining Motley Crue. Ghost still not for me, and Five Finger still not for me. Heavy metal horn, heavy metal horn, heavy metal horn. Got you. And I think he did. In the comments, say... John 5 will join Motley Crue. I think he did. Go back and find it. Episode 45, 46, something like that. Mike Buchanan here. He's got the jokes. He's got Jesus. I mean, Mike, you got your whole stand-up routine down here. I'm thinking that John 5 is way too talented to be in Motley Crue, but can you imagine the guitar solos? Also might bring in more fans that just want to see John 5. Moody stated that he wanted to spend more time with his family and kids. Is he the Tom Brady of the metal world? Oh, Miss Althea said that. You be the judge. By the way, they are fantastic live. Elegant Weapons piques my interest. And as of the time of writing this, I am seeing Judas Priest in concert tonight. Super excited. Fantastic. Was that Hanson jamming a Ghost song? Dare I say it was better? Oh, come now. Those kids might have been good, but they're not as good as Ghost. Have you watched those little videos? They just Ghost posted one up the other day where they're all in a car going to the beach and shit. It's fun. Come on. This one goes out to Mike Stelzer. Shane and I have been talking about Mike Patton. Mike is in a band with Dave Lombardo called Dead Cross, yes, who play a punk thrash crossover style of music. And if you didn't know that was Mike singing, you never would guess it. 100%, because we've already got some stuff coming up. And I 100% agree with that. You would not know. The gore guy you're thinking of is Balzac, the Jaws of Death. Real name Mike Dirks, and Dave Brocky was Otis Urungus. I knew Otis Urungus, but I always got mixed up with the name of the chompy head guy, who passed away in 2014, R.I.P. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but for one of my old bands, I had gotten a hold of Dave Brocky about possibly doing the album cover. And he was just a straightforward dude. He's like, dude, I'd love to do it for you, but I could use an advance. I want to get some drugs. I didn't have him do the album cover because that didn't seem to be like the right way to do that. Is I'll send you money now and you promise you're going to do an album. But he was straight up. He says, bro, I'm so down to do it. Could I get an advance of the money? I want to get some drugs. And I was like, let me get back to you. I got to talk to the band. And now, your Jive Talkin' Jokes of the Week, the Halloween edition. Little late for that, but that's okay. Okay? How do skeletons travel in an emergency? In a skellycopter. What happens when a ghost blows its nose? He looks at the boogers. Oh, brother. What's a skeleton's favorite musical instrument? The trombone. Oh, I plan on yelling out, what out for the bear traps? What? You mean watch out. Oh, I plan on yelling, watch out for the bear traps when the trick-or-treaters are crossing my yard. Panic, little kids, panic, yeah. Yeah, what? Yeah, you know, as a fun gag, put a real one out there. See, oh, you got him. What does a ghost eat for lunch? A bologna sandwich. A bologna, well, lugna. A bologna sandwich. Lona sandwich. And finally, what do baby ghosts wear on their feet? Booties. Sorry, one last thing. I won the Halloween costume contest I went to this past week, dressed up as Sasquatch. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, I got to read that one again. I won the Halloween costume contest I went to this past weekend, dressed up as Sasquatch. Okay, now I'm done. I don't know if that's real or not. Get in there. Tell me if if you really dressed up as Sasquatch. Mike Stelzer, Lance Henriksen was bishop. Yes. Okay, we got that. Thank you, Mike. And Mike Stelzer here once again. Okay, so I watched Last Days here. Yes, it's the Bobby Liebling Pentagram stoner metal band. Uplifting, inspirational, redemptive, inspiring. None of these words describe what I saw here. Take episodes of Intervention and Hoarders, mix in a family member wake, sprinkle on top some crack shavings and cig ashes, knowing what happened with the guy after the doc added to the grubby feeling. I don't know what happened to him after the doc. This gave me watching it. It's cool that he's doing shows now, and I wish him best of luck raising a child. Yeah. How amazingly beautiful was that girl? That was the bizarro world for me. She was just an uber fan of Pentagram or something, because she was gorgeous and he was a train wreck. Look the thumbnail for your reaction to Helix, Good to the Last Drop. The face you're making is my face the whole time. Okay, look up the thumbnail for the reaction to Helix, Good to the Last Drop. The face you're making in that face the whole time I watch this mess. Thanks for the suggestion. And everyone should watch it. Yeah, please get down there, Mike, and tell me what happened. Did that filmmaker end up ganking him and making some money off of that and then not giving it to him? Let me know. Nobody is here, and you're getting a heart right away because by God, you're new here. The gracious God devil, man of internal conflict. Shane stems from the Irish name Sean, meaning God is gracious. Diablo for Spanish devil. I didn't know that. Shane is, I asked my mother, why you name me Shane? And she's like, because no one had that name. I think I talked about this before. And it was like, yeah, there was a freaking movie from the 60s called Shane. Anyways, here we go. And Vermont Bread Smith. Hi, Shane. Thank you for the content. Saw the crew 2 times on the Dr. Feelgood tour. Vince has the cooks that grill. He's got the cooks that grill. He's got the cooks that grill. He's got the cooks. Let's see if we got. He's got the cooks that grill. Oh, I can't do that. Come on, baby. No, come on, baby. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get on out of here, guys. Let's get it going. Get it on out. Ooh, that was under my tits. Sorry about that. 6. I just want the freaking... Yeah. Get it going good. Shane Jive Talkin, getting in the hood. Get in the hood, get in the car. Go for a drive, go real far. Hard rockin' with Shane D. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news for free. We're gonna party all night, gonna party all day. Gonna listen to the podcast, gonna get Jive Talkin' with Shane D. Get your motherfucking heavy metal news for free. You can get it anywhere, but you come right here. Get it from me,